My name is Emily, and my daughter, Ava, was my entire world. I lived in a vibrant suburban town, surrounded by my husband, Mark, my stepmother, Lillian, my older sister, Grace, my younger brother, Noah, and our extended family. We were all tied together by our family's influencer brand, a social media powerhouse with millions of followers, built on heartwarming blogs, parenting tips, family outings, and the image of a perfect, loving household centered around Ava's infectious smile. Weekends were spent filming at parks, laughing over Ava's antics, editing late into the night, and sharing stories of our family's unity. I was 38, the creative soul of our brand, pouring my heart into every video, while dreaming of opening a community center for children inspired by Ava's joy. Our annual charity gala to fund youth programs was supposed to be a celebration of Ava and our family's love. I thought I was the heart of our family, their pride, their joy. I was so wrong. It all began 5 years ago, when Ava, then 6, vanished in a crowded mall during a family blog shoot. One moment she was holding my hand, giggling at a toy store window. The next, she was gone. The panic was instant. My heart raced. My screams echoed through the mall as I searched frantically. Police were called, flyers posted, but Ava was nowhere. The guilt crushed me. Lillian, my stepmother, took charge, spinning the tragedy into a narrative for our brand, filming tearful pleas that gained millions of views. But behind closed doors, she turned on me. "You were careless, Emily," she said, her eyes cold. Grace nodded, whispering, "You should have watched her." Noah stayed silent, his gaze down. Mark, my husband, grew distant, blaming me in quiet moments. "How could you lose her?" The live stream comments turned vicious. "Emily's a terrible mother. She doesn't deserve Ava." I was drowning in guilt, believing it failed my daughter, my family, our followers. The charity gala, held a year after Ava's disappearance, was Lillian's idea. "Let's honor Ava's memory," she said, her voice dripping with false warmth. I envisioned a night to keep Ava's name alive, candles, her favorite flowers, and a speech to renew hope. I spent months planning, choosing a black dress to reflect my grief, preparing words to inspire our followers, imagining a moment of healing. Noah helped with the tech setup, and Mark and Grace hinted at a special tribute. I was fragile but hopeful, picturing our family united in Ava's memory. It lay awake, clutching Ava's locket, replaying her laughter, believing they shared my pain. I was naive, blind to the conspiracy they were hiding. The gala night arrived, and our venue was a vision, candles flickering, lilies everywhere, a string quartet playing softly. I stood in my black dress, a vase locket around my neck, greeting guests with a heavy heart. Our followers floated the live stream with support. "We're with you, Emily," a vase in our hearts, my chest etched. But I felt a flicker of hope. Grace took the stage, her voice solemn, and I expected her to introduce my speech. Instead, her tone turned sharp. "We must address Emily," she said, projecting a screen with a forged journal entry supposedly mine, confessing he'd been distracted during the mall trip, neglecting Ava and causing her disappearance. The crowd gasped, their eyes piercing me. Then, a second screen showed real text marks, messages to a private investigator, suggesting they stop searching for Ava to move on for the brand's sake. I was paralyzed, my breath caught, clutching Ava's locket as tears welled. The journal was a lead, never written it, never neglected Ava, but Mark's texts were real, and his betrayal cut deeper than any knife, shattering my soul. "This isn't true," I cried, my voice breaking, the locket trembling in my hands. But Grace pressed on, her words venomous. "Emily's failure tore us apart," she said, her eyes gleaming with fake tears. Lillian stepped forward, her face a mask of sorrow. "We're heartbroken, Emily. You shamed Ava's memory." Father nodded, his voice heavy. "We trusted you, and you've ruined us." Noah stayed silent, eyes down. Mark, my husband, mumbled, "I'm sorry," but offered no defense. The live stream erupted with hat. "Emily lost her daughter. She's a disgrace," guests whispered, Donors turned away and followers unfollowed in droves. My gala, my moment to honor Ava, became a public execution. I fled to a quiet garden, sobbing in my dress, the locket burning against my skin. My family had blamed me to protect their image, but I didn't know the depths of their deception. I confronted Lillian the next day, my eyes swollen, my voice raw, clutching Ava's locket. "Why would you forge that journal? Why stop the search?" I screamed. She smirked, her eyes cold. "The brand's worth more than your grief. Emily, you were asking too many questions." My mind raced, piecing it together. For years it'd been probing the family's finances, missing donations, secret accounts, and Lillian's late-night calls. They'd been siphoning charity funds to a rival influencer family, using Yves's disappearance to boost engagement while hiding their fraud. My questions about the mall day security footage witness accounts threatened their scheme, so they framed me as negligent to silence me. Grace admitted it, her voice flat. "We had to protect our empire." "No," muttered, "it's for the family," avoiding my gaze. Mark, guilty, said, "I thought it was best for us," but confessed had agreed to halt the search to keep the brands focused. They didn't cast me out, but they made me a host, editing me out of blogs, spreading lies online that I was unstable, ensuring I was shunned. The town saw me as the mother who lost her child, a pariah. The next 5 years were a living hell. I stopped creating content, retreating to a small apartment, replaying the mall day in my head. The forged journal haunted me. Had I missed something? Lillian's calls were relentless, her voice soft but cutting. "Maybe you were distracted, Emily." Grace sent texts. "We love you, but you need help." A note urged me to move on. Mark, now distant, asked me to let Ava go for peace. Their gaslighting was so convincing, I doubted myself, questioning if it failed Ava. It hold her locket, terrified it lost her forever. My dream of a community center faded, replaced by grief. I avoided the town, dodging whispers at stores and parks, my heart breaking with every hate comment online. Emily's a failure. She doesn't deserve to be a mother. I was a shadow, my daughter gone, my family's love a lie. But one day, 5 years later, I was invited to a lavish outdoor wedding in a nearby city, a distant cousin's event, a chance to escape my grief. I wore a simple dress, of his locket still around my neck, and wandered the floral-decorated park, feeling out of place. Then I saw Hira, 11-year-old girl in a junior bridesmaid dress, her face unmistakable, her eyes avast. My heart stopped. It was her, my daughter, alive, laughing among the guests. I approached, trembling, and called her name. She looked confused but curious, not recognizing me. A woman nearby, the bride's sister, pulled her away, her eyes narrowing. My world tilted, found Ava, but something was horribly wrong. I followed them discreetly, my heart pounding, and overheard whispers. The bride's sister, Clara, had adopted Abby years ago, claiming she was an orphan. I dug deeper, using old contacts from the influencer world. The truth unraveled like a nightmare. Lillian had orchestrated Ava's disappearance, paying a mall worker to take her during the chase of our shoot, then arranging for Clara, part of the rival influencer family, to adopt her. It was a calculated move to keep me broken and compliant, ensuring I wouldn't expose their fraud. Mark had known, reluctantly agreeing to protect the brand. Grace and Lillian had profited, while Note was kept in the dark, too young to understand. The web of deceit was killing, and Ava, my Ava, was caught in it. I resolved to reclaim my daughter and expose their lies, not just for me, but for every mother they'd tried to destroy. The family's annual Hope Gala was approaching, a live-streamed event with millions watching, meant to cement their charity's legacy. I had always no former staff, a private investigator, and even Clara's disgruntled maid, who confirmed Ava's identity. I spent nights compiling evidence, security footage, payment records, emails between Lillian and Clara, proving the kidnapping and fraud. I wasn't out to destroy them, but to save Ava and free myself. I practiced my speech, my voice trembling but fierce, knowing this was my chance. The Hope Gala arrived, a dazzling affair of lights, music, and opulence, packed with influencers, donors, and fans. Lillian shone on stage, preaching about hope and healing, Mark by her side, Grace charming, no uneasy. I entered with a vast locket, my heart racing, dressed in a bold red gown to reclaim my strength. As Lillian's speech peaked, her voice dripping with hypocrisy, I signaled my allies to hijack the live stream. The guide screen flickered, revealing my evidence footage, emails, the truth of a vast kidnapping. This is the truth about my family, I said, stepping into the spotlight, my voice steady. They stole my daughter, blamed me, and built their empire on lies. Emily and Dunn being their scapegoat. The crowd gasped, phones recording, the stream floating with shock. Lillian froze, her face pale. Grace tried to interrupt, but my allies blocked her. I poured out my heart, tears streaming. I loathed this family, our dream, our Ava, but they took her from me, gaslit me, made me feel like a failure. I found her at a wedding and am bringing her home. I spoke of the pain, the years of grief, the moment I saw Ava. The audience cheered, some sobbing as Sharp Bring Ava Home trended. I walked off stage, head high, my red gown blazing, leaving them to face their ruin. The aftermath was seismic. The live stream went viral, followers abandoned the brand, and sponsors pulled out. Clara confessed under pressure, returning Ava to me, and Lillian faced legal consequences for kidnapping and fraud. Grace begged for forgiveness, but I replied, "You broke me first." Mark, shattered, apologized, but I chose divorce, focusing on Ava. Noah, horrified, vowed to make amends, and I forgave him. Been manipulated. Ava, confused but safe, began to remember me, her smile slowly returning. I moved to a quiet town, started my community center, and wrote a blog about healing. My new community, mothers, survivors, dreamers, cheered my first event. I'm still healing, the betrayal a scar. I miss no slaughter, even Grace's old warmth. The empire's collapse hurts, but am not the mother who doubted herself anymore. Am Emily who found her daughter, who knows her truth. Whole, never let lies dim her light. Exposing them was my triumph, my way of saying I'm enough. A mother's love never fades, and truth always finds a way. Don't let anyone silence your strength or steal your heart. If this story broke you, like and subscribe for more real-life dramas. Share your fight in the comments. We're stronger together. Keep shining.